Welcome everyone to this future-proof container terminal episode. Today we got a really interesting guest, Lars Ambrosy, and I will describe why interesting. It's because Lars has been in the industry for more than 20 years, and especially these days he's leading LASE as a CEO. And we are hearing more and more about brownfield terminals, evaluating different type of automation, different type of technologies, terminal operator looking to increase safety in their terminal. So it's really important for us to be aware of all these technologies available these days and how those technologies are currently changing our way of working. So with that being said, Lars, welcome to the virtual stage.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Christopher. So thanks for inviting me and to be part of this interview series. I really like the idea. Yeah, and looking forward to the interview. So really glad.
Great, Lars. So as we discussed, the plan for today is that we have been putting together some questions, and just feel free to openly share your thoughts and experiences about those. So before starting, Lars, I would like to, for those who haven't got the chance to meet you yet, could you share a little bit more about who is Lars?
I have to say I've spent half of my lifetime I spent already with the company LASE together. So really directly after my study it was in 1995, I finished my study, and since that moment, since 26 years, so half of my life I spent already with LASE. Yeah. So but it's good. I like it. So enjoy still working for LASE. It's a good thing. So studied electrotechnology in a university here in Germany, and then I would say, as I said, I started with LASE 26 years ago, but it was at the beginning I worked for LASE as an independent engineering office, and then afterwards I founded a company in Bremen. This system technology, that's something I founded in 2000 here in Bremen. So, and that's also the place where I'm living now. So since 2000, living here in Bremen, having my two kids and my house here, and I like to be in Bremen, in this nice city.
Yeah, quite interesting, and I may say also a really cool background, and I may say on really a interesting time. Especially these days, a lot of terminals are now, according to the region, some of them already got a lot of experience in automation, but in some other regions, they're evaluating more and more this type of solutions. So really, really interesting. Yeah. So before starting the hot topic of today, Lars, I always like to ask this question, and I will just ask you this one. So how would you describe terminal operations in one word?
That's really a nice question. Just one word. So what shall you say in one word? But for me, is it more that to ask? I would say more the terminals to say, are you ready for automation? Yeah. So and when you see it as one word, it's really automation. Yeah. And I would like to describe it a little bit more. To say, okay, look in what kind of strange and I would say uncertain times we are living in the moment. So we have since 2 years we have now this pandemic situation in the world. It's not completely solved. We have seen just the blockage of the Suez Channel. So that what kind of effect that had on our flow in the world of the goods. So that means with this situations in the world, and then the question, what is really coming next? And it makes sense to be prepared for that in the future. And I see it because I've worked, I would say, at the beginning of my career, also in 2000, I've started working on the container terminal in Altenwerder in Hamburg on a project there. So, and there they have built up a complete automated terminal. And so they've driven the terminal with instead of 1,000 manual operated terminal and the staff and employees of 1,000. So they are just operating the terminal with 200 or 300 people there. So and having this, I would say, reduced resources, you can much more flexible react on all the situations which come from outside to you as a terminal. Yeah. So what I see as necessity for the port operators, so that they're having these resources really 24/7 available. They're having this predictable productivity in these automated terminals, and like it is when you have an automated terminal and having not so much stuff still in the field, then it's also a much safer world that we have with an automated terminal. So I think these are then the words that you have asked for. I would say automation is more and more the key topic for the container terminals.
Yeah, quite interesting, you know, and my chosen word will be complexity, you know, and normally we as you know, the terminal is like a little link from the whole supply chain, and there are so many sub-processes below this link, and quite complex, especially just as you mentioned, all these disruptions. How can you adapt to scale up based on the market demands? And well, you mentioned all the benefit of automation, safety, it's a priority, and how operational this flexibility you will gain with the automation. So really interesting. But then, Lars, how is LASE contributing to terminal operators from a operational, financial, and environmental aspect in these interesting times we are living?
Yeah. So like it is when you have an automated terminal, and what is then missing certainly in the machine is a person with his senses. So, and we are, as LASE, we are providing the eyes of the crane. So with our 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional laser sensors, we are providing the eyes for the automation. So, and certainly it's especially necessary where you need the eyes when you have the interchange areas. That means when you go from the horizontal transport to the vertical transport, and there is this interface between these machines, if they are straddle carriers or AGVs or trucks, terminal trucks or road trucks. In this interchange zone, there's a lot to do in regards to that. You can finally do the automatic operation, and also in regards to safety, you have to do a lot of things there. So that is what we are doing. And like seeing just one simple example, that when you having an automatic operating RTG, and you would like to ensure that you say, okay, when I would like to pick the container from the truck, I would like to avoid that you lift up the truck together with the container. So this is this truck lifting what you have. And so it's when there's a manual driven truck, and the truck driver has not released the twist locks proper, so then it's so that they lift up the truck. So that is something you have to ensure that these things not happen. And then additional things that you have to see when you say you would like to make this last move, the automatic pick or the drop on the truck. You have to ensure that no people running around in the area at that time. So that means these are the interesting questions, and these are the, I would say, solutions that LASE can provide. That we are in these interchange areas, if it's a ship-to-shore crane or it's an RMG or RTG, always there we have the eyes, and we can say where the objects are. So that is really our job.
Yeah, quite interesting, Lars, and this is our passion. So we are every day talking about all these solutions: chassis anti-lifting, automatic pickup, automatic landing, all these terms. But just taking 2 steps back for all those colleagues worldwide that are not aware of this type of technology, could you describe, like in general, what is all this laser technology about?
Yeah, for sure. So the world that we are living is with all these huge dimensions. So we have this, let's say, a ship-to-shore crane, and from the boom from a ship-to-shore crane looking downwards into the vessel on the bottom, on the ground of the vessel, then you have easily 60, 70 meter distance. So, and for this kind of distances that we have here in the port sector, you have to use laser systems working under with the technology time of flight. And time of flight means that you shoot out a laser spot, and this laser spot hit the target, and from the surface of the target, this laser spot will be reflected and coming back to the laser. And the time between sending and receiving this laser pulse is analog to the distance. Yeah? So, and this time of flight measurement is done with an accuracy, let's say, about plus minus 15 to 20 millimeter possible, and that also in a range of 80 meter. If it's 2 meters or 20 meter or 80 meter, always the same accuracy. So, and using now these, I would say, technology 1D, and then using additional in a sensor, a rotating mirror, and knowing the angle in which this mirror is looking into the world, then you're having distance information, and you have additional the angle where you are measuring in the book. And so, and then you can build a horizontal scan plane, and then you're having a 2D laser scan. Really many laser dots very narrow to each other in one line. Yeah. So, and when you add then additional to this 2D laser scanner, that you add a platform, a laser platform, a servo platform, where you have a servo motor, and you have an encoder, which is a high resolution encoder, then you can also see in which angle the scan plane is looking. And then you're having two angles and a measurement value, distance value, and then you're having getting a 3D point cloud finally out of this measurement system. Yeah. So, and then looking also what is now in the market is, because there's a lot of motion in the moment in regards to new laser technology. And one of these new laser technologies are multi-layer scanners. So that means thinking that you have not just one 2D scan plane, you're having many 2D scan planes angled a little bit to each other, but in one device. So that means you can easily have 16, 32, 64, 128 laser lines in an angle to each other. So that means this is then a quasi 3D from the sensor itself. So, and with this technology, it's really possible to reinvent, I would say, I will not say reinvent the wheel, but the wheel can be do much more maybe with this kind of sensors than before. So very interesting developings in the moment on the laser market. And that will also that is also very interesting for us for our solutions that we provide.
Yeah, quite interesting. And normally when I have this type of chat with our customers, some of them think like, okay, this is only for automated terminals or for greenfield. But reality is that, as you may know, there are quite few greenfields worldwide. Most of the cases are brownfield terminals, conventional terminals, looking to find this, right level of automation. So my next question will be like, on which case are you currently working on, or which development are you currently working to make life easier, so to say, for terminal operators?
Yeah, it is combined with this new technology. Yeah? So we and I give you also the example that I've already given before, but seeing this truck under an automatic RTG, and then really to ensure that no one is running around there. So, and then, because in the former world it was just possible with having 2D laser scanner, try to cover, make a gantry collision prevention, oversee a little bit if somebody is on the track. So, but what does it really mean when there is a truck in the middle and you have to look around? So you cannot still keep in this 2D world, that means 1 meter above the ground, and try to see everything, because you have already shades from the object itself that you cannot look behind it. Yeah? So that means Now we are working on solutions that we are looking from above, from the portal girder of a crane, looking 20 meters downwards with these kind of multi-layer scanners. And then we see around the truck, we're building a surveillance area around the truck with very narrowed scan lines. And then we can really see when the truck driver decides, okay, I'll go out of the truck, I'm running around the truck, maybe to unlock the pins before the automatic lift happens. And then we see he's running around there, and then finally he's going back in the cabin. Yeah? So, and we can observe everything and can decide, okay, now the complete area is empty, and now the truck can be handled automatically, that it can be lifted automatically up towards the container. So this is really, these are the things we're working on.
Yeah, quite interesting. And I may say this auto RTG operational handling concept is, so to say, I may say, one of the top requests worldwide, not only for deep sea, but also for intermodals, yes. Empty depots. It is RTG is the RTG. It's really the horse work for many terminals worldwide. So really interesting sharing here. And just a question, Lars. So yeah, LASE is well known in the industry, and you also got strong competitors. But what is LASE doing differently these days?
Well, I think one of the advantages really that we have here is that we are highly focused on this markets where we are in, and see that we have our market. I would say our business is by 70% in the ports, 70%. So we have really decided, okay, we go in this niche market and we are focusing on the niche market, and we try to deliver the best solutions in this market. So, and that makes us, I would say, very individual. Yeah. And honestly, I have to say, port market was a little bit critical in the last 1-2 years. So some investors were not flowing that easily. So that means we have also gone in other business lines, also this mining market, and also in the logistic market and steel market. So we have spread our activities a little bit, but ongoing, it's 70%, a lot of, I would say, percentage is going into the ports. So additional, so we have here in Germany, we have 30 developers developing day by day solutions around laser measurement technology. And as I said, mostly in the port sector. So that is something with such a power, creating solutions for this market, that is also very special. And that means we have, that is for sure, we have the most advanced solutions then certainly for this system solution around laser technology. So that is what I can say. And doing that for, over 30 years. So you can imagine that there's a lot of experience, a lot of products which are well developed over many, many years. So I think that makes us special and individual compared to the competitors in the market.
Yeah, quite interesting answer. And Lars, a question. So LASE, how is currently supporting all these customer challenges? Do you got like any holistic approach? How you are supporting the terminal operators on this journey?
On one side, it is so that we try to support them, but on the other side, it's also a necessity that we have seen. I would say we have decided to spread really our activities worldwide, and would like to be really nearer to our customers. So and look what we have done in the last years. So we have founded a subsidiary in Russia. We founded a subsidiary in Singapore last year. We have founded in Australia in 2019 a subsidiary. So all this together has brought us nearer to our customers, and that brings also to them, I would say, higher confidence that they will be supported from local partners and us as a local partner. So that has brought us, I would say, a lot of additional. I would say, what should I say, that confidence, and also confidence from the customers to work with you. So when you are near to them and you can support them and help them also when there are some issues coming, this has really helped us. And that has also, when we're looking also on, I have to say a little bit about the numbers. So we could really, we came on the same numbers now at the end of the year. I can say that similar to that what we have reached in 2019 before the Corona crisis came. So, and that was really an effect also to create more business by this being nearer to the customers and creating business out of this relationship that we got there.
Yeah, and I think we also discussed this a few weeks ago, and our industry is still like quite conservative, if I may say here. So yeah. It's also creating this awareness, of all this technology available, to share best practices. How can we actually deploy those technologies in an ongoing operation? I think that's the main fear, like you got some KPIs you need to achieve. You got some customer needs you need to solve. So there is no room to stop operation. And I think that's one of the main concerns from our customers, Now that you mentioned that the COVID topic, could you share a little bit of what was like the before and after the COVID? So what did you discover within this interesting stage we are living, like?
The customers that I have spoken now also were in continuous contact with the customers. Also, when we could not travel, we were in contact with them. And then, when now it's gone a little bit down, the pandemic situation, or the end of 2020 already, but now again it's gone up. When we look in Germany, it's again very critical here. But the customers that I have spoken, and they have said, exactly what I have said. Again, 200 people automatic terminal, or having 1,000 people in a manual-driven terminal. And the customers telling me now, that is something what has really shown the crisis, being more resistant against this kind of effects coming from outside. So, and that is something what the customers telling me after the pandemic, or at the end of the pandemic that we have now. So, and one general thing we can certainly say also, that is also in other industries, this pandemic situation has led really to this push in the direction of automation and digitalization. So that is something we are now maybe 10 years faster. So that means maybe we have just reached the target in 2030 under normal conditions. But now everybody is going into automation and digitalization, and that is outside the area of the port the same. So that is, I would say, the outcome of these 2 years where we're now in.
Yeah, fully agree with you, and especially it's a reality that those customers that were already implementing any level of automation or digitalization, so to say, they were a little bit more prepared to adapt to this disruption. So it's clear for us now. Yeah. And Lars, again, like, have you as LASE identified like, this is like a must win, or a challenge we need to solve right now, or there is any challenge that you have noticed, like, hey, operators worldwide are facing this issue and we should address it, like as soon as possible?
Yeah, as you also have said, disruption is I would say one of the words. No? So looking on the unpredictable world and where we are living in, and that is a big issue for the port operators and for the shipping lines. No? There are also the good example what happens in Long Beach and Los Angeles with congestions there for coming to the quay for the vessels. So it's a really a big mess where we are now in. So, and that is what is the situation in the moment, and that is something we have to solve for the future. Yeah. So, and when I can speak for us, so what was our challenge, or is our challenge in the moment? So we were also a little bit in the last 2 years where it's not that easy possible to our customers. So, and we are living also for new developings. We are living on the cooperation with port operators, qualifying the product, see in proof of concepts how these new systems or new functionalities that we put in our systems, how they are running. But there was no possibility to go on site and doing this qualification process. So, and that was really an issue for us, and hopefully it will be solved in the next few months.
Yeah, I think that's not only you, I may say, many other providers worldwide, all these supply challenges, among many others. But we're almost reaching an end here. I know you got a really busy agenda, but as a last question, Lars, what will be your advice for our worldwide colleagues, looking to implement this type of technology in their terminals to, become greener, improve safety, and gain this operational flexibility they are looking for?
I have learned that it was always good. I would say when we have implemented new technology, we have shown that to customers that, like it always is, always a little bit hesitating. Okay, there's something new. We would like to do something, but we know that we have something to do. But then going step by step means were the best project, doing a kind of proof of concept, showing them how these systems are running, and then getting the confidence, and then coming finally to a rollout, because everything is well proven. They have seen the advantages for their operation, and then afterwards it was very easy to use it afterwards. No? So that is my wish, or that is my recommendation, to say, okay, going step by step. And it's not so that you always have to go in a big push or a big move. You have to do it really going step by step. No? And and then step by step also implementing new technologies. One system, I like say truck positioning system, and afterwards you're going to this area surveillance system, and then you're going to another system, going step by step, implementing new functionalities and new systems. So that is my recommendation.
Yeah, I fully agree with you on this step-by-step approach. I really don't like this big bang, and you need to consider that for all these type of technologies, you need this ramp up, not only for internal teams, but also for all the stakeholders and all the parties, involved. That is, I may say, like truck operators visiting your terminal, for example. So how these truckers will interact with this type of technology. So it's really important to take this holistic approach. It's not only the internal team of a terminal.
Yeah.
So I think that's all for today, Lars, and really appreciate you got some minutes with us today, and looking forward to see you again face to face. And I will keep you posted here, and thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Christopher, for the opportunity. And I have seen also a few videos already from your series, and looking forward to further things that I get from you. No? Thank you very much, and have a nice Christmas as well.
Yeah, thanks, and stay safe. Huh?
Okay, you too. Okay,
thanks.
All the best. Bye-bye.
So hope you like this episode. Really interesting sharing by Lars. I really like this step-by-step approach he mentioned. I fully agree with him, and especially these days that we are hearing more and more about this laser technology, we should be aware of how this technology can be deployed in our terminal. So let me know if you are currently evaluating any type of this laser solution in your terminal. What are the challenges, main benefits, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel.